In a world full of boring marketing misfits, get ready for the ride of your life with Dean Holland in The Drive.
Good morning, welcome to another episode of The Drive. It's Dean Holland here, of course, and here we go for another week on the way to the Internet Profits headquarters here in the UK. So wow, the world there is a lot happening in all different parts of the world, and we just also woke up to some news that's, it's not like life-threatening. There's a lot of terrible things going on in the world, and with all the hurricanes and all the devastation that's happening, and real life-altering things there. But not to put this in anywhere near the same category, but just woke up with some news that's really disappointing, and something we was really excited for. So we had a trip to Kenya planned for in October, and it was me and my fiance going, and we were going with some, other entrepreneurs and, some amazing people. And the plan was basically that we were all going to help for a few days, build a school for children that we'd sponsored building, and then go out on safari, and, over a 10-day period, lots of exciting things were going to happen. And due to some presidential conflicts and things that are happening in Kenya, the trip just got postponed, which normal circumstance any other time would be completely fine. It's just like, oh, no problem. But it's been postponed to next year at the exact same week that I marry my fiance. So basically we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to go. So really sucks. And so I've just been thinking this morning, because I hate to be negative. It's like, I just walk in the store now, the guy's like, how are you? And, I always say, I'm great, even if some days you're not, it's never, you need to understand. I always think to myself that the way I act around others will impact those people's day. Have you ever had that where, like, you're in a good mood perhaps, and you bump into someone, it's like, oh, how you doing? And they're like, oh, well, funny you should ask, terrible. And it's like, you impart your mood upon them. And likewise, it's the same for you, right? If you're in a good, positive, happy, upbeat mood, and you allow yourself to be around people that are just, oh, it's Monday morning, like, oh, down and sad and that type of person, then it is likely to affect your mood. It does. And it comes back to, people, it's well reported or well known that, you will take on you will form habits and form patterns and form, mentalities and mindsets of the people that you spend the most time with. And it's true, if you hang out with people that bitch and moan and whine all the time, what are you going to do? You'll be a moaner, someone that bitches and moans and whines all the time. And so I always struggle when something like that is like real disappointing, like this morning happens. It's like, I don't want to be down, like I'm doing this drive video for you now, and I definitely don't want to impart a negative message on your day, which is why I'm like, well, what positive can come out of this? Well, at the minute I don't know, but one thing is for sure is, I can definitely share, like this morning, like, yeah, I'll be honest, real disappointing, wake up at 6 a.m, I'm like, right, I'm gonna get to the gym, have an amazing start to my day, and I get this message, I'm like, oh my gosh. All these things going through my head, like, oh, all the expense, $7,000 on flights that I probably won't be able to get back, and, about $800 each that me and my fiance are paying at the moment to go through all these jabs and injections for all these different diseases that we would have faced. And now we've still got to keep having those because we're in the middle of the course for the next few weeks. So we're still got to have jabs for something we can't even do. I suppose, like you say, you have to laugh, you have to look on the positive side. Like, no, there's a lot worse going on in the world. And I guess the way in which to spin this today, as I've just been speaking about, to share a message with you guys, is to always consider strongly about the way in which you impart yourself onto those around you, and likewise to be very, very selective over who you choose to spend your time with. Okay, because you should always, I believe, leave things and people and situations in a better position than when you first arrived or when you first met them. And so understand that you can't impart, you literally have the power and ability to make or ruin somebody's day by how you are with them. Okay, and so even if something bad's happening to you, understand that you should leave somebody else with a positive vibe, a positive experience. And likewise, you can't, especially as an entrepreneur, you can't, I find, afford to have days really where you're just like, oh, I feel really crappy now. Like, you've got to find a way to dig out of that. You've got to find a way to choose who you spend your time with, because if you spend your time with people that complain, that moan, that don't enjoy their life on a day-to-day basis, they're always negative, then it's going to really impart you and stick with you, and you don't want that. You can't afford that. And so I guess that's something that I'd leave you to think about today. Am I disappointed today? Yes. Am I going to let it, am I talking to you down and negative and I'm fed up and I'm sick of it and all this? No. There are people in America, there are people in the Caribbean right now that are going through, devastation. And all I can really think about is, well, in the grand scheme of things, like, what other people are going through around the world is horrific, and this is just a disappointment. So, with that said, take that message on board. Realize that the interactions you have with others, your mood, your approach, your vibe, your positivity, your negativity can dramatically make a difference to them and their day. And so always leave people in a better way than when you met them. And I think you couldn't really do much wrong going with that approach. So with that said, here's to a great week ahead. I'm going to get in there, and this morning we're going to look at some stats for the new funnel, what's happening. Really excited for everything that's going on here in the office. Got tons of good things happening this week, actually. We've actually got somebody visiting us on Wednesday, which is exciting. Looking forward to spending time with him. And lots of other stuff going on. So with that said, have a great day, and I will speak to you again in another episode of The Drive. Until then, take care. Bye-bye for now.